This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out their website, merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. See what Mark Gordon and the Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer team can do for you. Call 217-445-2631. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Heritage Packaging offers the right packaging right on time. Learn more online at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964, offering full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Stop by the shop at 1000 Commercial Park in Lincoln. Call 217-628-7650 or learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers! Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Experience the difference with Collision Concepts. State Farm Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball program for more than 50 years. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wagers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, call 217-737-7581. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer. Rocking G Land and Cattle, Central Illinois source for superior shorthorn beef cattle genetics. Give Mark a call at 217-737-7905 or call Sheldon at 217-737-7787. Thank you for watching
center of the rack. This is Jay Harden along with Darren Worth, and tonight a Central State 8 matchup for Lincoln's Lady Railers coming in the game 13-7 and 3-2 in the Central State 8. And the Lady Rockets of Rochester, coached by Brandon Rose, 9-12, 4-2 in CS8. And Darren, you and I talked earlier before we went on air that Rochester started the season 3-6, and since then they have played 500 basketball and in fact had the lead on Springfield the other night.
Yeah, they were up going into the fourth quarter against Springfield by 1, and Springfield ended up beating us. But looking at their schedule and who they've played and who we've played, of course they've played a lot of teams that similar to us, and you're looking at the scores and they're almost similar to us too. So and Rochester's going to come out and play pretty hard. And watching, I was there at the Mount Zion Lincoln game the other night and watching that game to where going up 10 going into the fourth quarter and losing that, as a coach you can't wait to play the next game, seriously, because thank goodness we weren't off for a week and had to think about that game for a week, because it would have been a long week for practices and stuff.
I would guess you've coached and Corey Farmer pretty well. I would guess that you really want to get back in the W column, because that game Tuesday night could have some far-reaching implications for your regional seed. And not only that, if Mount Zion gets sent your way, they already know they can beat you on your home floor.
Yeah, Mount Zion is in our regionals. It's Mount Zion. I think MacArthur is, that we haven't played, and I heard MacArthur's pretty decent. Taylorville's in our regionals, and then there's Eisenhower. There's a few other teams that aren't as good. But like you said, Mount Zion's already beat us on our home court. I mean, the thing that Farmer could take out of it, we were really leading most of that game and up actually double digits in that game. But I talked to Corey and Coach Snyder before the game, and he just thought, we got a little tired in that fourth quarter, ran out of gas, and when you get tired, that's when you turn the ball over. That's when you don't go for the rebounds. And if you looked at it, they ended up getting second or third shots, and they weren't moving while that ball's in the air. And for a 1-2-2, when teams swing it around, you've got to move while it's in the air instead of looking at it and then moving, because that's going to be too late.
And that was a lot of really what happened to Lincoln, especially in the late of the third quarter and the fourth quarter against Mount Zion, was they were a step late.
Yeah, and you can't do that, because that's when, and they had a couple really good shooters, and it looked like in the fourth quarter we didn't have a clue where the shooters were, and there was one that's hanging out in the corner, number 3, that we knew that she was a shooter, and she ended up hitting a couple shots. And then when they started pressing, they started getting in the press, and then we started turning the ball over a little bit. But they shot 28 free throws.
Yeah, and made 20 of them.
Yes.
That was the kicker, is they shot 28 and made 20 of them. And you and I have talked about that, and I've talked about that with Corey as well. You don't see high school teams go to the free throw line that much anymore, and to put them at the line 28 times and have them hit 20, give them credit. Down the stretch, they hit free throws down the stretch. I think they were 8 of 9 in the overtime.
And that's where you win games.
Yeah.
If you look at limiting turnovers yourselves, turning the ball over and hitting free throws, that's pretty much the game right there. You win.
Rochester comes into tonight's game averaging about 37-8 on the offensive end and giving up 39-8 on the defensive end, what you would expect out of a team that's 3 games under 500. But don't let that fool you, folks. They've gotten better as the season's gone along. Lincoln averaging about 50 a game on offense and giving up 40 a game on defense. And Darren, you think that a 10-point differential in that would probably give you a better record than right now 13-7. And you and I can sit here and say we've seen a couple of games that you think, boy, we really should have won that basketball game.
And there is 2 or 3 games that you look at throughout the year to where you're going to look back, especially coming in the regionals, sectionals, you're going to look at and say, we should have, that Springfield game is going to come back and haunt us, and then especially that Mount Zion, especially when they're in our regionals, is going to come back and haunt us.
So both teams on the floor warming up. We've got about 4.5 minutes before we start tonight's Central State 8 contest. In case you were wondering, The junior varsity won tonight. I think this final score was like 29-26.
Yes.
And the JV played hellacious defense in the first half. Rochester had 11 points in the first quarter in the JV game and scored only 2 in the second quarter and for part of the third quarter.
Part of the third quarter. Actually, yeah, they ended up finally scoring 2 in the third quarter.
Yeah,
so they scored
the end,
4 points in 2 quarters, but then they started pressing because, when you're playing with a bigger lead and stuff like that, you're going to expect teams to go all out to where they're going to press, they're doing stuff, they're going to make you speed it up. Well, that's going to speed us up and turn it over, and that's what you saw the JV, but they ended up handling it and hitting a couple free throws down the end.
And I think the JV has only 1 loss on the year. Their defense has been outstanding so far this year. Let's go ahead and send it back to the WLCN studios. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have more of the pregame show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on Logan County Sports Voice, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, The Johnson Family, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, United Community Bank, Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni, Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball.
Here at the Rochester Athletic Center, where we're just about a minute away from tonight's Central State 8 contest between I think Rochester right now at 4-2 is in 4th or 5th in the CS8, and Lincoln 1 spot behind him as they're trying to fix the net at the Lincoln end. One of the loops has come undone, and they had a rather tall guy out there trying to do it from the floor, but now they have a ladder out here, and I'm not sure it meets OSHA requirements, but they're going to get this fixed, and hopefully, as you said, hopefully that wouldn't affect our shooting.
Right, I was just mentioning that off the air. It's like, hopefully that's not affecting our shooting out there.
So Lincoln in the road green uniforms tonight with the checkerboard down the side. Rochester in the home whites with numerals in orange trimmed in black. And Darren and I had remembered Delaney Ferris from last year, and she is a good-sized gal. I mean, she's got a little bit of height, but she's got some strength that's going to be difficult for the Lincoln girls. If she gets in the lane, they're going to have trouble forcing her out. Yeah,
I got here before the JV game, and she walked right by me, and I didn't want to guard her. She looked like she could be a ton down under, and got a little size to her, and to where we're gonna have to box out, and that's going to be a big key when we talk about it is got to rebound.
There are times, and we've seen it, and you saw it against Mount Zion the other night, that the Lincoln girls do box out, but then they watch as the ball hits the floor.
Yes.
There's two things: you box out, and then you go for the basketball.
Yeah, and it's great. I wish like Greg Gilbert. I mean, she's probably one of our best that boxes out, and she's probably one of our smaller ones on the court.
Yeah.
And if she was, 3-4 inches, I mean, my goodness, man. But she does a great job of boxing out. But it takes all 5 girls, because you can't run with the ball. You can't get the ball down the floor without the ball. No. So you're going to have to rebound. It takes all 5. And I thought against Mount Zion, that's one thing I thought we didn't. We stood and watched the rebound, and they ended up getting it.
And I watched. You talk about Greg Gilbert. I watched her battle Ava Anderson inside. I mean, they were shoving and pushing.
Yes.
And Gray gives up a lot of inches and pounds to people, and I thought she did an excellent job. We are going to go ahead and keep it right here as we get set for tonight's basketball game between Lincoln and Rochester. Both teams on the floor just about ready for tonight's national anthem. And once we have the national anthem, we'll have our broadcast partner, Coach Darren Worth, give us the starting lineups for both teams. Both teams going back to their respective benches. Again, Rochester comes in 9-12, coached by Brandon Rose. And Lincoln comes in 13-7 and coached by Corey Farmer. Darren, go ahead with the starting lineups for both squads, please.
I mean, I would assume that Lincoln's going to end up starting their regular 5. We're going to start off with number 2, 5'5" senior Lily Holmes. The next one is number 3, 5'3" senior Grace Schneider. Next one out, number 11, 5'6" senior Mason McLeod. Number 13, 5'6" junior Gray Gilbert. And the last one, our leading scorer, number 25, is 5'9" senior Mia Clark. Same 5 that we've had all year. Now I would assume they're going to play this video board that's, I think, above our head.
No, they're not. Believe it or not, they're not. I can actually see it, and they're not playing it.
Okay. So, yeah, we don't have those scoreboards that has the names and the points and stuff like that. So, all right, they're going to start a number 10, a 5'6" sophomore, Katie Riedel. She played in the JV game a lot. And the next one, number 11, 5'5" senior guard, Elena Stock. Next one, number 20, 5'9" senior, Miley Deathridge. Next one, number 22, 5'7" senior, Bella Harness. And their leading scorer, number 35, is I would assume 5'9" senior, doesn't have it, Melanie Ferris.
You're right, 5'9" is what they've got on their roster. 5'9", yep.
Yeah, that'd be their leading scorer now, getting ready for the tip
Dethridge and Holmes to tip it up center circle. Lincoln going to move from left to right as you look at your radio dial. We're in one corner of the Rochester Athletic Center as the officials look over at the timer and get ready for center jump. Dethridge and Holmes at center circle. And here we go. Tap is up and tapped in the backcourt. Lily got it to Mia Clark.
Yeah, it looks like Rochester's in a man-to-man.
Snyder around the screen from Gilbert. Drives in, hand off to Clark. Mia drives in, weave to McLeod. Outside Grace Snyder. Snyder going to drive it in the lane, throws up the left-hander up. And go! My goodness! That rolled around, went down, and came right back out. Great move by Grace Snyder against the Rochester defense. Rochester breaks the press and into the front court.
And she got around that wide-open layup.
There's those cross-court passes over the 1-2-2. Out front they go Stock. Earlier in the year, she had been their leading scorer, but since then, Delaney Ferris has kind of taken over scoring with the team with a 10.2 average. They don't score a whole lot of points, and they may take their time here. Nearly threw the basketball away. Harness in the corner, back out front to Stock. Harness, they go in the corner. The officials got me blocked out. That is Ferris, tapped away by Mia Clark. Good defense getting in a passing lane as they cut Riedel inside. And with 6:58 to go, we've got nothing as a score.
And Ferris is staying pretty much outside their leading scorer, and she looks like she could do some damage inside.
Riedel out front, Stock, Harness. They work it around the perimeter. They go inside Ferris. She's got to cut her down low, and Schneider stepped in. Good awareness by Grace Schneider of the cutter behind the defense.
And that's going to be the biggest thing is we got to move while that ball's in the air, and Grace did a great job of hitting that out of bounds. They had a cutter for a layup.
They go out front, Stock, Harness. They go behind the defense again. Layup time, and Riedel gets the layup. And just like that, Rochester's up 2-0. 6:33 to go. By the way, we do have an announcement for you. Saturday's game over at Champaign has been canceled due to the weather forecast. We do not know anything right now. As far as we know, the Rock Island game for the boys is still on for Saturday. Clark against the Rochester man-to-man, 20-footer, bang, a collision concepts, and they did call it a three. I didn't see the officials' two arms go up, but it was a three, a collision concepts three, and stolen away by Holmes. Mesa McLeod, Mesa to Grace. Grace, Mia wide open three again, left side, in and out, no good. Rebound, Riedel's got it. Riedel, back to Stock. Stock will bring it up against the 1-2-2. Stock, left side Riedel. Riedel to Stock. Dethridge posted up at the free throw line. Ferris going to spin move baseline. Cut off by two Lincoln defenders. Kick back out front. They go around the horn. In the corner they go. Not looking to take outside shots right now. Ferris throws it inside. They kick it back out. Shot out of the corner. Harness up. No good. Rebound. And there it is. Lincoln did screen out. Ball went to the floor. Clark's got it. Clark quickly up the floor. Out front Snyder.
Great box out by Gray Gilbert. Talked about that earlier.
Snyder drives it in. Layup time. This one she got. And it's 5-2.
Well, they're switching everything to where Snyder's ended up getting a bigger girl on her.
They got behind the Lincoln defense, and they missed the layup. Ball on the floor. McLeod has it. Dethridge had missed a wide-open layup way too hard, and Lincoln got a break there. Snyder again. Snyder, and they switched on her. Clark goes inside Gilbert. Gilbert turns around, got fouled.
Yeah, I think Gilbert might have thought she was wide open there, and she had a tall girl right next to her, but hacked her on the arm.
Substitution for Rochester. Into the game, Riley Henry, a 5'7" sophomore, and Katie Riedel going to take a seat, the other sophomore.
Yeah, both of them played pretty much most of the game in the JV game.
Well, I take that back. It looks like Riedel may still be in a basketball game, and up and no good by Gilbert.
Yeah, I think Riedel did
sit down, didn't she?
I think she had to wait until she come in.
I think you're right. Gilbert's second one missed them both. Doggone it. Harness the rebound. Rochester still in the backcourt. Stock is cut off, and she better get it up in a hurry or she's going to risk a 10-second count. That had to be awfully close. Stock throws it quickly in the corner. Ferris, long cross-court pass. Out front they go. Harness in the corner. Ferris. She drives baseline. Nice move around Gilbert. Up and too hard. No good. Tapped out of there. Holmes tapped it out. Mia Clark has the ball.
Great tip out by Lily. Especially not getting a foul over the back.
Biven and Paisley Holmes about to come in for Lincoln. They're at the scorer's table. Hand off to Clark. Clark goes inside Gilbert. Gilbert tried to kick out to McLeod. Lost a handle on the ball. And Deathridge has the turnover. Again, 5-2, just over 4 minutes to go here in period number 1 of this CS8 matchup. Harness, long pass in the corner, they go. In the corner now, Deathridge has it. Out front, Stock, Harness.
Man,
Stock.
She's about dragged her feet twice.
Ferris had it way in the corner. She shot up a 3. It was too hard. Ball batted out of there. McLeod chases it down in the corner. Schneider around the defense again. Schneider looking for somebody, throws it over the defense, gets it into Lily. Lily up and good.
And I tell you what, Lily did that quite a bit the other night against Mount Zion. She had a really good offensive game.
7-2 the Lincoln lead. Substitutions at the bench for Rochester as well. Deathridge goes in the corner. That's Henry. Ferris free throw line. And a foul going to be called on Lincoln.
And that was.
Yeah.
She grabbed her arm.
Foul was on, I thought, Lily Holmes. It was, and that is her first. And the first on Lincoln's Lady Rail Splitters is Ferris and Harness sit down for Rochester. And into the ball game for the Rockets. Danica Chrisman is one of the substitutes. Chrisman had the basketball. She throws it in the corner to Tinley Bialis. Bialis, the other sub in the game. Stock in the corner. Back out front, Henry. Henry goes to Bialis. In the corner, they go Chrisman. Chrisman, baseline, Henry, ball batted away by Clark, and it's out of bounds, Rochester basketball.
Yeah, you got to make sure probably where Stock is because she's their second leading scorer on this Rochester, but she's not looking to shoot that much.
No, and in fact, really, they haven't looked to shoot that much from the outside at all. Bialis in the corner, Henry. Baseline, Stock back out front, Bialis, Chrisman. Christmas 18-footer, good. And that was a 3. She was beyond the arc. Make it 7-5. That's one of the first times they've looked to shoot a 3. Schneider drives. Schneider, great baseline pass. Clark inside to Biven. Biven, little hook shot in the lane. Didn't go.
Man, I thought she got fouled, too, while she was still in the air and someone was boxing her out.
2:06 to go here in the first quarter. Shot, turnaround, Deathridge, good. Deathridge had a nice little 10-footer in the lane, make it 7-7. Minute 58 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
Snyder handoff to Paisley Holmes. Paisley goes to Biven. Biven kick out Mesa. Nice baseline move, and Mesa faked out everybody, including us, but the official caught her for traveling.
Yeah, she's got to be ready to shoot that. She's wide open, a great feed to her, and that's her game is to shoot the 3. And that's probably what Coach Farmer is telling her right now as she goes sits next to the coaches.
Rochester length of the floor to go. They'll bring it into the front court. Chrisman in the corner, Bialis. Ferris back in the big game for them. They got her posted up. Ball batted away by Schneider, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Rocket basketball as Grace Schneider got a hand on it. Darren, I like how active Grace Schneider's been on the defense. She's stepped in, knocked a couple of things away, and they need that. In the corner they go. Stock out of the corner. No good. Rebound, Clark.
Pretty much what we run. Shot in the corner.
Clark, kick out to Grace. Grace going to go in the lane. 15-footer. No good. Tapped around. Lily taps it. Bivens got it up and no good. Lily again tapped it. Ball on the floor. Girl traveled. Henry traveled the basketball. No call. Here comes Stock quickly the other way. She's going to kick it in the corner. Ferris out of the corner. No good. Schneider skies for the rebound. I can't believe I said that.
Yeah.
But she did.
Great rebound by Grace. But, man, we got to make our layups. That's 2 or 3 that we missed.
Lincoln, nice weave. In the corner they go. Lily, nice baseline move. She's
See, and that's Lily's game.
Yeah.
Is catch it, face, shot fake, and then drive to the basket. That's her game. Like when I was talking about McLeod, catch and shoot. That's your game.
Foul was on Danica Chrisman. That is her first, and the second on Rochester. Lincoln will have the basketball underneath the basket. This time, Gray Gilbert going to inbound the basketball for Lincoln. Gray's looking, lobs it into Bivin. Bivin to Gilbert on the baseline. Out front, Paisley Holmes. Paisley to Bivin. Gilbert, nice ball fake.
Good
Gets
job.
it to Lily. Lily to Paisley.
Yeah, they're going to need to get it to Bivin inside.
Lily tried to throw it to Bivin, overthrew it, and Ferris has it on the turnover. Here they come with a chance to take the lead right before the end of the quarter. Emma Hutchinson at the scorer's table. They go in the corner, nearly threw it away. Harness saved it inbounds. Long pass out front, Henry, Riedel. Harness in the corner. Harness, baseline Henry, back out front Riedel, and Holmes steals the ball away. It may have been tapped out of there, or at least partially blocked. Lily coming the other way. Lily, handoff to Paisley. Paisley. Handoff to Lily. Lily in the lane, 10-footer, no good. And that's going to make the end of the quarter at the end of the first quarter. It is Lincoln 7 and Rochester 7. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Back here at the Rochester Athletic Center, it is tied at 7 after one quarter. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. And Darren and I were talking off air. The shots just aren't falling. You don't look very good when your shots aren't falling.
No.
Rochester the basketball to start the second quarter. Riedel in the corner. Back out front, Stock. Stock to Harness. Stock. Nice ball fake. She goes in the lane. Kick out to Harness. She'll launch a long three. No good. Rebound. Henry had it. Or excuse me, Deathridge had it. Grace Bivin with good defense blocked the shot. Paisley quickly the other way. And now she'll wisely pull it back out as the numbers weren't there. Holmes around the Bivin screen. Right side they go Hutchinson. Emma Hutchinson in the basketball game for Lincoln. Back out front Paisley. Paisley's trying to drive through traffic and had that ball knocked away.
Yeah, there's too much traffic in there for Paisley to be dribbling. You got to either spread the defense out and then make 1-2 people guard you and then kick it out.
Ferris got the ball in the lane, shot up a 18-footer, no good, and rebound Paisley Holmes.
A fadeaway.
Yeah. They go to Bivin. Bivin, kick out Mesa. Back to Paisley. Now Lincoln will set up an offense and run some motion here.
Yeah,
there they go,
like
baseline Bivin. Bivin, little left-handed hook up and good.
Wow.
Over Deathridge and make it 9-7. 6:33 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, we got to do that about every trip. At least have Bivin touch that every time, especially with Mia Clark sitting on the bench.
Deathridge, Harness, Stock. Harness, Stock. She gives a ball fake, doesn't do anything with it. Harness, cross court they go Riedel. Looks like they're going to try and go inside to Ferris, but they just can't get it into her. Lincoln's defense pretty decent right now.
Yeah, plus we're moving while that ball's in the air.
Riedel went in and got bailed out by throwing up a wild shot and a foul on Lincoln on the baseline.
I'm glad he is saying it's on the floor because I thought it was on the shot. But
Grace Bivin, I believe, with the foul, if I read the signal correctly. Emma Hutchinson, Gray Gilbert going to take a seat. Mia Clark back in the basketball game, as is Mason McLeod for Lincoln. And they'll have it baseline under their own basket. They go into Dethridge. Dethridge to Harness. Ferris.
Yeah, Harness looks like their best shooter out there because just watching her shoot has good form.
And they're trying to make the skip pass to get somebody open for a three. There's another one. Shot out of the corner. Stock, no good. Rebound. Dethridge, turnaround, no good. And Mesa McLeod with the board for Lincoln. Here comes Grace quickly the other way. Snyder, nice little shake and bake on Ferris in the corner. McLeod, shot out of the corner. Is it? No good. Holmes tried to get the rebound. Harness had her boxed out. And here comes Rochester the other way.
Yeah, that's a good-looking shot for McLeod in the corner where she usually likes it, too.
Ferris, Harness. You just got a feeling, Darren, we got to get Mesa McLeod back on track with her shot after not scoring against Mount Zion the other night.
Yeah, I talked about that earlier off the air is where, nice steal.
Stolen by Paisley. Great anticipation. Layup time. Good.
Wow, that was great. Steal by Paisley.
Nearly another steal in the backcourt by Lincoln. Here comes Stock quickly up the floor. Dethridge, they break the press. Harness drives in, throws it back out. What's the call here? Double dribble. Rochester going to sub. And we have a timeout on the floor. Rochester taking a timeout. It's a 30-second. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Darren, you were going to say.
It was funny because I was watching Emery, the referee there, had a lot of game. He umpires too when I was coaching softball, and great guy. And he made the call and looked down at the coaches because I think the coaches might have helped Emery with that call.
Darren, let's take a quick think of the Me Realty list of the game. 3 keys to the game. I think you already said shooting would be keys to the game.
Shooting for sure, and we got a rebound. Because the other night against Mount Zion, I thought we was watching the ball go in the air instead of getting position and rebound. And the third thing is defense. We got to move while that ball's in the air, and that's what the 1-2-2 does.
And we saw an example of that right there with Paisley Holmes anticipating that pass, stealing it, and getting the layup. They go inside Bivens. Bivens, nice kick out to Mesa. Out front, Grace. Grace was wide open.
Yeah, that's just not Grace's game.
But you got to shoot one once in a while. Just keep the defense honest. And Clark tried going down the lane, had the ball stripped. Too much traffic in there.
And that's what we did earlier too. Is trying to drive when there's 3 or 4 girls around you.
Lincoln up 11-7, 4:05 to go here in the half. Ferris, nice little move down the lane, 10-footer, good.
Great move by Ferris.
Delaney Ferris hits it, and it's 11-9 Lincoln.
Yeah, you got to pretty much take what the defense gives you. And Mia Clark is wide open for 3.
Wide open out of the corner. Couldn't get it. Bivens struggled for the board. She chases it down. She's getting bumped all over the place. No call. She'll kick it out. Mesa, wide open 3. Is it? No good. Around and out. Rebound. Clark could have had it, and Ferris stripped it right away from her.
Yeah, you got to want that rebound, too, because Mia had it, and Ferris just wanted it more.
That's exactly what happened. They go out front, Stock to Harness. 3:19 to go on the clock. Harness, corner Ferris. Ferris out front, Henry. She'll throw up a one-handed push shot. No good. In and out. That nearly went in. Clark had the rebound and picked up her dribble. Gets it out to Grace. Grace will dribble in and now dribble back out and call out to play. Grace in the corner. Holmes. Holmes going to drive it in. Holmes kick to Mesa. Mesa out front. Mia tried driving in again, and it goes through Bivens' legs. Ball on the floor. Out of bounds off Lily Holmes. That's a good call.
Good call. I mean, they are just wanting the ball a little bit more. I mean, they're diving on the ground, and we're just trying to reach for it. But again, we had a great penetration by Lily Holmes, and McLeod had a wide open 3.
But wasn't ready to shoot. Ball on the floor. Lincoln could have had it right there. Ball still on the floor. And who is it? And a timeout taken by Rochester. And
they were going to get a 10-second call.
Chrisman was able to recover the ball, but they were in danger of a 10-second call. Me Realty, whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk in Lincoln. Go online to merealty.com. The Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. And if you didn't hear my earlier announcement, the game against Champaign Saturday has already been wiped due to the weather forecast. We do not know about we don't have any information yet about the boys' game up at Rock Island, although we have heard that there is less snow expected.
Right.
But that has changed many times just today alone.
Yeah, it depends on the day, the hour, the minute, which way that weather's going to, because that wind is blowing everywhere. That wind chill is going to be pretty bad the next 2-3 days.
Rochester back on the floor.
And now we're playing half court, but it seems like even against Mount Zion, that's probably the most we've pressed in a game probably this year against Mount Zion.
Stock, left side Chrisman.
That's double dribble, I thought.
Bialis, Chrisman. Henry in the corner, Stock. They throw it back out front. Bialis goes inside Chrisman. Chrisman in the corner, Stock. Another cross-court pass, Bialis. She goes in the corner. Rochester not in any hurry, that's for sure.
Yeah, they love the cross-court pass.
They go inside Chrisman. She's triple-teamed, threw the ball out of bounds.
Nice.
So now, Darren, we got to see if Lincoln can capitalize on some of these turnovers.
Yeah, again, just making shots. We've got to, we're getting good shots. And take what the defense is giving you. We're getting wide open threes.
Clark out front, three, long, no good. Rebound, Bivens skies for it. Bivens, layup time, got it. Great rebound and second effort by Grace Bivens to make it 13-9. I believe Grace has got 4 already. Ferris, the long cross-court pass, and Bialis takes it across the timeline. Bialis in the corner. Corey Farmer and a travel call on Bialis.
I tell you what, Bivens almost had that cross-court steal, and that girl's 6 foot and moves like a guard. She went up for that rebound, a great rebound and bucket. We get to watch her for 3 more years.
Snyder to Lily Holmes. Lily drives baseline, back to Mia. Mia, 15-footer up, no good. Back of the iron, rebound Stock. Mia Clark had a good look at it inside the arc and just couldn't get it to go down. 13-9 to Lincoln lead. Minute 12 to go here in the half. Henry in the corner, Stock. Out front they go, Ferris. Ferris throws it inside. They threw it away again, and Mia Clark knocked it out. Oh, no, they say Rochester did. Yeah.
Should be green.
That's what I thought, too, but...
Yeah. Again, that was a good-looking shot. She took a dribble in and wide open shot from Mia, and she's, just a little off right now. She made the first 3, but if she can keep on getting those shots, Mia's going to make a lot of shots tonight.
Paisley Holmes back in the game for Lincoln. Handoff out front, Clark. Clark back to Paisley. Paisley, handoff to Grace. Rochester picking up the defense, and that's a foul right there, and no call right in front of everybody. Clark going to try and drive it in. She is tied up, and is it a tie-up or a foul?
I think it's, it is a jump ball.
Oh, man.
It's going to be our ball, but... Yeah,
Rochester's picked up the defense, and they're reaching and grabbing.
Yeah, right here, I'd look for hopefully either Mia 3 or Bivens go to the basket.
McLeod, the lob pass into Snyder.
Yeah, it wasn't there. It looked like Bivens was setting a screen for Mia, and then Bivens rolled and couldn't get it to her.
32 seconds on the clock. Lincoln running a weave out front between Snyder and Holmes. Let's see if Corey decides he wants to play for the last shot here of the half. Paisley around the defender. Paisley, nice bounce pass to Bivens. Ball on the floor. Bivens couldn't hang on to it. Ferris comes out with it, and Rochester will have a shot to close it within 2 or 1. Stock out front. Left side, Bialis.
Watch the corner.
Bialis in the corner, stock. She drives baseline, 18-footer, no good. Rebound. Schneider was hit in the back and no call. And at the end of the half, it is Lincoln 13 and Rochester 9. We are going to send it back to the WLCN studios, and we will take a 2-minute timeout. When Darren and I come back, we will have the Grau Incorporated halftime show. You're listening to Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball on Logan County Sports Voice, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, The Johnson Family, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners, United Community Bank, Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni, Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball.
Back at the Rochester Athletic Center, and I'll have to get another timeout here so Darren can finish the story with me. But welcome to the Grau Incorporated halftime show, and well, Darren, you didn't have too much scoring to total up.
No.
I was laughing. It's 2 games in a row where Lincoln scored 13 points in the first half.
Right. It took me a total of probably 3 seconds to total that scoring, but I'll go with Rochester first. You had Ferris. Their leading scorer only had 2 points, and she probably had a lot of the shots too, and she's only scored 2. You had Chrisman that had 3 with the 3-pointer. She came in. She didn't even start. Riedel, the sophomore, had 2, and you had Deathridge with 2 for a total of 9 points, and they only had 7 at the end of the first quarter. So Lincoln, we had Mia Clark that got off to a quick start with that 3 right off the get-go. She had 3 points. Lily Holmes had 2 points. Grace Schneider had 2 points. Paisley Holmes had 2, and Biven had 4. So our bench had about half the points, 6 points of so that's a total of 13, makes it 13-9. Lincoln
was up at 1.7-2 in the first quarter, and since then Rochester has outscored them 7-6. And as we go into the second half, 13-9. Of course, we saw a 13-13 game against Mount Zion the other night, and Lincoln caught fire in the third quarter and put up 17 points in the third quarter.
And like I said earlier, our shots are going to fall. I mean, these girls, especially Mia Clark, she is a shooter, so she usually doesn't go most of the games without scoring in double digits. So I think she'll get her points, and plus we're getting open shots. Mason McLeod had 2 or 3 open shots. Grace Snyder's gotten to the hoop 2 or 3 times because they switched just about everything. But I think Biven's going to play a big key key in this game tonight, too, because I don't see anybody stopping her too much down low.
No, and you know what? I don't know what it is, but every game I've never seen anybody shoot well here at the rack, and I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's the lighting or the background. It's a wonderful facility. It really is, but it just seems, honestly, Darren, it seems bigger than what it is. When you have the baskets hanging from the ceiling like they do instead of maybe hanging off the wall like they do at Roy S. or other places, or even some places where you got a standard instead of hanging from the ceiling. This kind of reminds me of a smaller version of Old Horton Fieldhouse up at ISU, where, you know, if you looked at the north end, man, that basket was just hanging out there, and it looked like the wide open spaces out there at the Old Horton Fieldhouse. But I've never seen anybody shoot that well here in the rack. Even the Chloe Frobe teams didn't necessarily shoot that well in here.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and getting a lot of the shots. I mean, the good thing is they're not shooting very well at their own home court, to where that's, you know, kind of been a benefit right now, them shooting a batch, you know, poorly from the floor as we are. But like I said, we're going to get our points. We're missing a few layups here and there too. We've had Snyder had a layup that touched the whole rim in and out. Biven had another one that went in and out. So I mean, we're getting our shots, and I think they'll fall. But defensively, I think we're doing a lot better job defensively than what we did, I thought, against Mount Zion. To where I'm watching us, and I always watch away from the ball to see how we're moving to the ball, because, like I said, our 1-2-2, you got to move while that ball's in the air, and we're watching. They're not able to get wide open shots.
You know, Darren, looking at this, I think that the girls maybe tonight have a little more spring in their step, if that's possible. I don't think they did. I don't know if they did necessarily a bad job against Mount Zion. Their defense, actually, the first half against Mount Zion was pretty good, but you just kind of, you know, they got in the second half, they got in the habit of kind of standing and reaching a little bit. And one thing you don't want to do against this team is you don't want to get behind late in the game with them, because I think they can keep it away from you. They got decent ball handlers.
Right, and then we'd have to get out of it. I mean, we'll have to pull that 1-2-2 out front, and then they can probably get easy looks down low, to where, like you said, we played pretty good defense that first half, but I thought the fourth quarter, I thought we got tired. I mean, it was just flat out, because when you just sit there and watch rebounds and them getting rebounds, that's nothing but effort and hustle, and it seemed like they beat it.
And I don't know if that's part of what's going on tonight. Corey's substitution is a little bit different tonight than what it has been, and I don't know if he's trying to get girls more rest so that he doesn't have that issue in the fourth quarter, or if it's something else, but I've noticed he's substituting a little bit differently tonight.
Yeah, I talked to him before the JV game, and that's one of the things he told me was he thought the girls got a little tired the fourth quarter, to where he thought he was going to substitute a little bit more so they can actually be fresh, especially in the second half, because the first half is what you do. I don't know if you watched the Illinois game last night. That's kind of what Underwood did last night. He had Petrovic in the game. He had that the one talk at 31 that doesn't play very much. He had him in the game in the first half, to where, you know, given his starters and the players that's going to play a lot, fresh for the second half, and that's kind of what he did. Corey did it the first half of this game.
Lincoln up 13-9 here at halftime against Rochester. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to Lady Reeler Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark. The Johnson Family. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. United Community Bank. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage.
For the basketball to start the second half. A long three by Harness. That ball bounces very high, and Clark chases it down in the corner. Welcome back to Lady Railer basketball. He started just a little bit early here at Rochester. Ended the half with about 30 seconds to go.
Well, I don't know if we even got out in time of the locker room to even practice our shooting.
Holmes had a wide open lane, gives it to Gilbert. Gilbert, a 17-footer, no good, and the ball will go out of bounds.
Yeah, that was just a little flat on her shot Gilbert had right there. Had a good look at it. And she's usually good, 10 to 15 feet.
She got a nice little jumper. Rochester, threw the ball away. Started to break the press, and they threw it behind Riedel. And Lincoln gets a break there on the turnover.
Well, I don't think Deathridge wanted any part to dribble that ball. She was wanting to kick it. Well, Mia Clark just went to the side, and she just threw it out of bounds.
Snyder, left side Mesa. Mia to Mesa. Mesa out front Gilbert. Schneider. Out front Mesa. Mesa back to Grace. Grace, hand off Gilbert. Gilbert takes it down the lane, hand off to Clark, and they get Gilbert for a travel.
What? Ooh. I mean, I didn't see it closely, but I was watching Mia cut, and it was a great cut.
It was, but I suspect Gray may have drugged the pivot foot when she stopped. Rochester in the backcourt. They finally get it to Stock, cross court. Nice bounce pass. And Ferris comes down the lane, left-handed layup, good.
Should have been probably and one. Looked like Mia might have fouled her right there, but yeah, we didn't have anybody back.
No. Schneider gets around her defender, Holmes in the corner. Back to Grace. Grace starts the Lincoln offense, hand off to Mia. Mia, stop and pop, 20-footer, no good. Foul, and is it Gray Gilbert underneath on the foul? Yep, it is. Well, not exactly a great start here to the second half for Lincoln's Lady Railers as Grace Biven comes back in quickly.
Yeah, let's see if we can turn up the defense, because usually defense can travel.
They go baseline Stock. Stock back out front, Harness. Harness, hand off to Riedel. Riedel, Deathridge. Deathridge in the corner, Stock. They got Ferris posted up, elbow at free throw line. Deathridge has got a cutter inside. Ball batted away. Lincoln's got it. And on the jump ball, it will go Lincoln's way.
I mean, that was probably the most telegraphed pass I think I've ever seen. I mean, she stared at that girl for 2 minutes, and two of our girls, I think, almost ran into each other. Rochester
now goes into some type of press. It looked like a 2-2-1 for a second, and now they go back into man-to-man in the half court. Snyder.
Yeah, we're going to try to run a set probably for Biven, I would assume.
They got Biven underneath. Biven kick back out Mesa. Mesa wasn't ready to shoot. Schneider. Holmes traveled the basketball.
Yep. I mean, I think Coach Farmer is really getting on McLeod. I mean, that's probably the second or third time to where she probably should have shot and she wasn't ready for it.
And I think, unfortunately, Darren, it looks like maybe she's lost some confidence in her shot right now and isn't wanting to shoot as much as she does when she's on.
And if you're a shooter, you shoot.
Yes, because that's what you're there for.
Yeah.
That's what you bring to the table, and if you're not shooting, well, Riedel, Stock, Deathridge, they go in the corner. Ferris, she makes a baseline drive. Biven did a great job of cutting her off. Riedel going to drive down the lane. Ball stolen away by Lincoln, and Clark's got it on the run. Clark 1-on-2. Mia will pull it out, gets it to Grace. Grace going to drive it in, had the ball batted away. Kick out to Lily. Lily there to travel again. Lily 10-foot stop and pop, no good, back of the iron. Rochester the board. Boy, Darren Lincoln gets a good look at the basket and can't get anything to go down. Everything either too hard or offline. Riedel, corner, in front of the Rochester bench, out front Stock. Harness. This is not a team you want to let hang around for too doggone long.
And especially on their own home court.
Ferris. They're looking to make another skip pass.
Oh, yeah.
There's the skip pass.
Great D by Snyder.
Harness working on Schneider, and she's got her trapped. Throws it out front to Riedel. Stock. Deathridge, free throw line, turnaround, wide open, no good. They're not shooting any better than Lincoln. Schneider the board.
I mean, I know it's cold outside, but man, it must be cold in here.
I guess because nobody is shooting the ball well in this gym tonight. Mesa McLeod, 20-footer, no good, and that wasn't even close.
Yeah, I think you're right to where the confidence, it doesn't look like McLeod's like shooting with confidence right now. Oh, nice steal.
Nice steal away by Lily Holmes. McLeod on the floor, finally gets it off to Clark. She'll bring it back out to Mesa. They go in the corner. Lily, nice. Oh, she didn't take the baseline. Out front, Schneider. Grace going to try and drive it in. Grace to kick out Mia. Mia, left side three. Bang!
Thank you.
A collision concepts three for Mia Clark. It's 16-11 with 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Yes, you heard right. 16-11. First one to 30 is probably going to win this thing.
Right. Maybe 25.
Maybe. Well, let's hope we get more than that. Steal by Holmes. Lily on the run. Up and good.
And if really it's the last two possessions been our defense that's been our offense. We're pushing the ball. We had two steals in a row, pushing the ball for a three for Mia, and then the steal by Lily right there.
It is a full timeout, but we're going to go ahead and keep it right here as Emma Hutchinson goes to check into the lineup. Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer is your local source for all your fertilizer, ag, chemical, and custom application needs. At Lake Fork, contact Clay at 217-792-3397. In Elkhart, call Chris at 217-947-2221. And at Croft, give Mark or Eric a call, 217-445-2631. Rockin' G Land and Cattle. Connor Shaw does a lot of business with them. He's become a gentleman cattle rancher. Thinks he's landman. They're your partner for building a better herd of cattle. Call Mark at 217-737-7905 or give Sheldon a call at 217-737-7787. Rockin' G Land and Cattle, your partner in performance. You know, Darren, if you could you'd think maybe the Lincoln girls might get a little fired up, getting buckets off a couple of possessions here off your defense. Get another defensive stop, another bucket, you might be on the verge of breaking their backs.
Well, and that's what I said earlier, is the defense always travels. If you can make your defense your offense, that's what you got to do, because you can run up and down against this Rochester team, but you got to do it defensively, and right there we've seen it twice. And now we've got a much quicker team actually out there right now.
Rochester in the corner, Riedel. Yeah, we do have a quicker. You would think this would be a quicker team, maybe get another steal. In the corner they go Ferris. Ferris step back three on Biven. Good.
Wow
is right. Wow is right.
Man.
Put it right in Grace Biven's face. She just stepped back and nailed it. 18-14 the Lincoln lead.
Man, that was a nice step back right there.
Holmes out front. This is Paisley. Paisley, a little spin. And Paisley nearly had the ball stolen away. Gets it to Lily. Lily going to drive it baseline. Lily, 10-footer baseline. Nice. Good. That's Lily Hall's game right there, is that little 10-foot jumper. And make it 20-14. She gets two of it back. Stock, Henry. In the corner, they go Chrisman. Chrisman back out front, Henry. Riedel. She looked at Stock on the baseline. They go back to Chrisman, left side in front of the Rochester bench. Chrisman out front, Henry. They're looking at Ferris at the free throw line. Riedel.
Yeah, Riedel in the JV game didn't shoot much, but man, did she run the offense for Rochester.
Chrisman back out front, Stock. Ferris is trying to post herself up at the free throw line and get somebody on her hip. She did, but Biven stepped right in there and shut her off.
She's not shooting over Biven.
No. Henry, baseline, they go Stock, back out front, Riedel. Ferris drives baseline, nearly traveled the basketball, kicks it back out front, Henry. Riedel, good defense right here by Lincoln. Patience by Rochester as well. Ferris
And I'm watching our defense, and we are moving while that ball's in the air, too. But like I said, we have a lot quicker team out there right now.
Riedel, cross-court Ferris. She launches up another three. No good.
And Hutchinson was right there when she caught it.
Schneider chased it down in the corner. Lincoln up 20-14 with 1:11 to go here in the third. And Grace, looks like maybe they may go for the last shot here.
Well, especially if they're not going to guard Grace.
Hand off to Schneider. Schneider, hand off Hutchinson. Paisley to Grace. Emma. And got to do a good job of handling the basketball there. You don't want to drop that
right. Tell you what, it's a great job. We've gotten a good break for Mia Clark because we're going to really need her in that fourth quarter.
They lob it inside Biven, and it was just a little bit too low. Rochester tapped it away. 35 seconds on the clock. Riedel. She thought about loading up. They go inside Ferris. Ferris, good defense by Lily Holmes. And they say it's Rochester ball, went off Lily last. Good call.
Tell you what, great job of Lily coming over after they lobbed it over Biven there.
And that's something we didn't see in the Mount Zion game was that help defense in there. They go inside to Ferris. Ferris throws it up and got it. She just split the trap and makes it 20-16. 22 seconds on the clock. Let's see if Lincoln can get the final shot of the third.
She has scored all their points in this third quarter, Ferris. We do have Mia back in there.
Paisley got around and was knocked to the floor. Rochester's foul may have saved a bucket there.
Yeah, Paisley blew by her.
Henry back in for Rochester.
Yeah, see if we can get either Mia a good look or Bivens a good look down low.
Layup time.
Nice.
Got it. Paisley Holmes off the inbound. The foul had been on Taylor Kavanaugh, freshman in the basketball game. 22-16. Here comes Rochester. They don't get it off. And at the end of three quarters, it is Lincoln 22, Rochester 16. We're going to send it back for a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on 96.3 FM.
Railer fans, you all know there's a home field advantage when it comes to sports. The same applies when purchasing a car, truck, or having your vehicle serviced. You'll have the home field advantage when shopping at Grouse Chevrolet in Lincoln. The trained sales staff at Grouse will provide you with a no-pressure sales process. It'll put you at ease all the way through the delivery. When it comes time for service, the certified mechanics will care for your vehicle like it's their own. Call or stop by the dealership on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln or online at growinc.com.
I love some fresh snow, but nothing clears my mind like fresh air. So I like to go on walks to reground myself. Love your mind.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Rochester will have the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Last 8 minutes on the clock. Lincoln up 6, 22-16. Bialis has it in the backcourt. Left side they go Stock.
Ooh.
Kavanaugh lost the basketball. Kavanaugh, the freshman, lost the basketball. Here she dribbles it in. And Schneider, the senior, takes it away.
That's when you need to pressure them. Once they lose that ball, you get up there and pressure them. You don't let them gather themselves.
Biven, left side. Biven, the handoff to Paisley Holmes. Paisley back to Clark. 25-footer, no good. Rebound, Biven's got it up and good. Grace Biven, right place at the right time. 24-16. The Lincoln lead is 8. Stock. Dethridge. In the corner they go. Bialis back out front. Dethridge in the corner. Stock. Nice move baseline. 10-footer off the baseline. No good. Ball batted up, and Rochester bats it to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh against and Paisley Holmes going to get called for a foul.
Yeah, you just, when Paisley goes out there, just go out there and get under control before you look like she chest bumped her, and that's when she got called for the foul.
And you don't need to chest bump her. No. Just go out there and get right there, but don't bump her. Yeah, it's Kavanaugh goes out of the basketball game. Riedel comes back in. Stock. Bialis. And Stock playing catch without front. Now they go to the skip pass in the corner. Ferris. Again, we're on the floor. We get blocked off sometimes by the officials. Yeah. Emery's blocking out the sun, man. Shot up Bialis. Good.
Yeah, that was too wide open right there.
That was too easy. And it's 24-19.
Yeah, and then you got to look. This is the fourth quarter, and that's where Mount Zion made their hay.
Holmes nearly got called for the travel or for carrying a basketball. She got it off to McLeod, and Snyder going to reset the Lincoln offense. Snyder going to drive it in. Grace, nothing there.
Yeah, Grace didn't really need a screen or a handoff.
Paisley Holmes, stop and pop, 10-footer, no good. Lily has the board, threw it up, thought she got fouled. No call, and Paisley apparently knocked the ball out of bounds. It'll be Rochester ball. Fouls have been few and far between in this game.
Yeah, nobody should be in foul trouble.
Nope. Oh, Holmes steals the basketball. Paisley Holmes again, anticipating that pass. Paisley. Let's see, we got a foul call here?
Yeah, it should be on
it's on
Rochester.
Stock, I believe.
Yeah, Paisley is so fast. She read that pass. That's the second time she's read a pass.
5:49 to go. Clark in the corner, back out front, Mesa. And Grace is going to spread the floor again against Rochester. Grace going to drive it in, the handoff to Mia. Clark, handoff to Paisley. And Paisley fouled again by Stock.
It's only her second, but it's been back-to-back fouls.
You wouldn't think they'd be trying to put you in the super bonus at this point.
I mean, if you haven't had any and it's 5 minutes, I mean, you can be aggressive, especially if you're not in foul trouble.
And there's another foul on Stock.
And that's Stock.
Holy cow.
It's been three different girls that she's guarded, too.
They tried to throw the lob into Lily Holmes. Lily caught it, and Stock came up and fouled her from behind. So Lincoln will have the ball under their basket. Mesa to inbounds, and now the official.
Well, Emery tried to hand the ball to Mason. She wasn't even paying attention and lost it.
So here we go. And Corey Farmer, I think, is taking a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. Probably trying to stop the confusion.
I was going to say, jeez.
Lincoln up 24-16, 5:36 to go. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964 with full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railer. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark at 628 North Chicago. For all your insurance needs, call him at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The LCHS Lady Railer alumni part of our fine sponsors. Once a railer, always a railer. And believe it or not, folks, we saw 90-year-old Grandpa Keith Johnson. He's here tonight going on the road with the Lincoln Lady Railers. I hope I'm in that great a shape when I'm 90 years old. I hope I'm not taking a dirt nap when I'm 90 years old. Mesa to inbound, lob pass. Ooh, I don't like those at all.
Well, the only good thing is Ferris was just face guarding Mia to where she wasn't even looking at the ball.
Paisley will get it to Grace. Grace, hand off to Mia. Mia thought about driving. Nice. Paisley. Paisley got fouled and knocked to the floor, and no call right in front of the officials.
Man. Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't called.
Riedel, Deathridge, Ferris, she'll shoot it.
You might want to get on Ferris. Right. She was open. Oh,
stolen
nice steal.
By Paisley. Paisley's going to take this one all the way off to the races. Layup time. Got it.
That's the third time in this quarter that Paisley's done it.
26-19, 4:53 to go. Riedel in the corner. They go Ferris. She'll drive baseline. Throws up a 10-footer. Air ball over the bucket.
That was a good move by Ferris, too. Great shot fake. Had a good shot. Just missed it.
Holmes with the rebound. Paisley, that is. Clark, right wing. Out front, Paisley. Paisley, left side, Grace. Lincoln didn't spread the floor this time. They're running a regular offense, attacking. And now Grace will pull it back out. Grace was fouled right there by Riedel with no call. Paisley, nice little crossover dribble. She's going to throw it back out to Grace. Ferris got in there, and Paisley ran into the wall with Delaney Ferris.
Tell you what, you got
Clark, 20-footer. Oh, had that gone down, that would have been key. It would have been a 10-point game, but it went in and out. And 26-19 remains the score right at the 4-minute mark.
That was a bomb. Oh!
Holmes with a near steal out front. Riedel, cross-court pass Bialis. You got to get on her. She can shoot it. Bialis, Stock. In the corner, Ferris. They throw it Bialis. Bialis goes inside Deathridge. Deathridge working on McLeod. Mesa fouled her.
On the ground. That should be on the ground. It wasn't shooting. Yeah, they're going to call it on the ground.
Foul is on Mesa McLeod.
Hopefully I don't jinx them, but the referee tonight's been pretty good.
It has. And Mesa did mug her underneath the basket, but once you let her catch the ball in there's not a whole heck of a lot you're going to be able to do.
No.
Paisley nearly had a steal. Grace nearly has a steal. Lincoln really getting into passing lanes here, and a timeout taken by Rochester.
Man, I thought Paisley had that steal, and then if Stock didn't go to the ball, Biven had that steal.
So we have another full timeout. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here. Simply Travel Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, and all things cruises. All-inclusive travel. Simply Travel is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474. Go online to simply-travel.com. And if you're going to go on a cruise here in the short term, you might want to think about going to the equator because that's the only place that's going to be warm. Mayor of Lincoln, Tracy and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's monthly Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. I have a feeling that Tracy's going to need a lot of coffee at one of those meetings because people are going to want to talk about the data center. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Learn more at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Well, Darren, 3:30 to go. Rochester's going to have the basketball, but Lincoln's defense continues to move even when the basketball's in the air.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big thing this last 3 minutes is no open shots. I mean, this is where you got to go through. Oh, nice pass.
Nice pass inside to Ferris. That looked like it was almost designed out of the timeout.
Yeah, it was a set play.
Now Rochester's going to press. They get into Paisley. Paisley up the floor against Bialis, and she gets it across the timeline easy. She's going to take it all the way. Paisley, and was fouled.
Yeah, and then there is no way that Rochester, especially with them pressing, should be able to guard us. They're a lot slower than what we are. Grace and Paisley should have a heyday bringing up the ball.
Delaney Ferris with the foul, trying to cut off Paisley Holmes. Lincoln to inbounds. They got it into Biven. Biven, 5-footer, good. Grace Biven went right up, a little contact. She strong to the basket. 28-21, 2:56 to go. Harness. They go in the corner, Henry. Henry back out front, Chrisman. Stock. Henry going to drive it baseline against Clark, and Mia did end up cutting her off. Shot out front, Stock, good. Elena Stock can shoot it.
And that's one of the first few times I see her shoot it, too.
Schneider in the backcourt, and Grace quickly got ahead of everybody. Grace is knocked to the floor.
Timeout.
And did he get the timeout? No, they call it jump ball. And Lincoln will still have the basketball. Wish they showed how many timeouts were left here.
Well, Rochester should only have one.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact they have. Oh, nice bounce pass by Lily Holmes to Paisley Holmes.
Paisley going to go to the free throw line, and that should be the fifth foul on Rochester. The foul is on Chrisman, Danica Chrisman. I believe that is her second. Yep. And now Lincoln going to have to hit some free throws as score 28-24. Paisley Holmes at the free throw line, up and good. Got it.
Free throw.
29-24, 2:26 to go in a basketball game. Freshman at the free throw line. Eyes it, bends the knees, up and good. Got them both.
That's the only fourth free throw that we've shot.
Stock across the free throw line, or across the timeline, sorry. Right side Harness. Harness cuts through the defense, got her in the corner. Harness throws it inside to Ferris. Ferris nearly traveled the ball, missed the shot, and is a jump ball going to be called? There it is. It'll stay Rochester basketball. 3 Lincoln girls had a hand on the basketball, as did Delaney Ferris.
Again, when Ferris shot that first one, we just stood right there, and she got her own rebound. We got to be able to box her out because the shooter knows, you know, where it's coming off at.
2:10 to go here in the basketball game. Cross court they go. Crispin in the corner. Harness. Harness goes baseline. Stock, or Henry cut off. Ball batted out of bounds by Paisley Holmes.
Tell you what, it's been a Paisley Holmes fourth quarter. She is everywhere.
Minute 57. Lincoln up 6. Lincoln in the bonus. Rochester not. Riedel and Dethridge come back in the basketball game for Crispin and Henry.
Yeah, we got to guard the threes. Got to be able to guard the threes here. Up threw that out.
Yep. Holmes on Henry. They go cross court. In the corner they go. Stock tried to drive it in. Riedel in the corner. Harness cut off by Clark. Back out front, Riedel. Minute 40 to go on the clock. Ferris, long three up, no good. Ball on the floor. Schneider let it go out of bounds.
I thought she could have grabbed that way before it went out of bounds. I thought Rochester was going to catch up and throw it off of her.
Honestly, I'd rather she had, because now you've got to take the ball out against the pressure. Yeah. And if she'd have grabbed it, she could have gone up the sideline.
As long as we're able to get it into one of the Paisley or Grace, because I don't think they can guard one of them.
I agree. 30-24, minute 33 to go in a basketball game. Mesa to inbound right in front of our location. She's going to get into Grace.
There you go.
And Grace going to go quickly up the floor. She got around Riedel fairly easily.
Yeah.
And now Lincoln looking probably to eat clock and maybe do layups or free throws. Schneider dribbling it out front. Got to watch the 5-second count. Schneider drives in. Schneider nearly fell with the basketball. Schneider out front. Harness can't catch her. Gets it to Paisley. Paisley drives in. She got fouled. And we're going to go to free throw line anyway.
I hope Paisley wasn't meaning to shoot that, because hopefully she heard the whistle and shot that, because I don't think Farmer would have liked that shot.
No, that's one of those you go, no.
Right.
And if she makes it, you go, yes.
Right.
Foul was on Riedel. That is her first. Paisley up and no good. Doggone it. Lily Holmes coming back in the basketball game. Delaney Ferris back in. Minute 14 on the clock. And Paisley hits the free throw. She made a 3-possession game.
Yeah, this is a big free throw right here.
Second one for the freshman. Bends her knees up and
nice.
Good. Paisley Holmes, 3 out of 4 so far down the stretch. 31-24. Just over a minute to go. Stock goes in the corner. Bialis. Nearly. And she can steal it. Holmes steals it. The Paisley Holmes show. Left-handed up and gone.
Man.
33-24. The Lincoln lead is 9, and we're under a minute. Clock in the red. In the corner they go. Harness. Cross court they go. Nearly stolen again. Bialis. Stock. They go inside.
In the
Dethridge. Harness going to drive. Throws it inside to Ferris. Thought she might have stepped out of bounds. She turns around awkwardly. Throws up a shot. No good. Ball still on the floor and fouled. I think Paisley got her. And let's see. They're going to call it shooting or on the floor. Let's see. No, they called it on Mia Clark. That is her first, team's third. And it's on the floor. So
that's crazy.
Yep, Stock to inbound to basketball, because I thought she was going up for a shot. Riedel nearly had it stolen by Paisley Holmes. 33 seconds on the clock. They go in the corner. Stock. She launches up a long three. No good. Schneider chases it down in the corner.
Timeout.
Grace in trouble.
Timeout.
And a timeout taken by Corey Farmer.
Good
and
timeout.
it will be a full timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here because we haven't got enough of our sponsors in yet, and we need to get more of them in because we really do appreciate them. Heartland Community College, serving Lincoln where you don't have to go far to go far. Heartland is Lincoln's community Community College. Discover Heartland. Discover more. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. The LMH Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people and communities it serves with programs such as walking challenges and the LMH market during the summer. Well, we wouldn't want to have the LMH market right now because everything they sold would be frozen. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-737-7581. Well, Darren, you got to get the ball inbounds and take care of it.
For sure. And that's the biggest thing is making sure you meet your passes and make free throws. You know, you handle the ball, make free throws. This game's over. You got 25 seconds. Us up 9. So you want to make sure you get it into, Grace or Paisley. Paisley's been at the line most of this quarter. I'd give it to her right now.
Rochester going to go into a 2-2-1, what appeared to be a 2-2-1 zone press. And Lincoln trying to get it broken, and it looks like Grace did. Here comes Grace Schneider and got it across the timeline.
Easy.
15 seconds. Schneider threw the ball, and Clark chased it down. Mia's getting fouled out front, and finally they do call it.
Yeah, I don't know why they fouled right there, actually.
8.8, and this one pretty much over other than the final score, especially if she makes any one of their free throws. Foul on Riedel. That is her second. Clark up and good. The 5'9" senior nails it. Don't you go away. Darren and I will have the wrap up, the scoring, and an interview with Coach Farmer on the Ground Incorporated post-game show. Second one, Clark up and good. 35-24 the lead. 8 seconds on the clock. Here comes Stock quickly up the floor. Stock goes down the lane, throws it up, and a foul called with 3.8 on the clock.
Yeah, that ref was like, man, why do you call that?
Yeah, we were close to getting our check.
he was like shaking his head. It's like, no.
The foul's on Paisley Holmes. That is her second. Elena Stock going to go to free throw line, up and no good. Second one for Elena Stock, the senior, up and good. 35-25, and they get it into Mesa and Rochester. This one's going to go out.
Yes.
As Lincoln's going to come out of here with a 35-25 victory over the Rochester Rockets here at the RAC. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Darren and I will have the Ground Incorporated postgame show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on 96.3 FM, WLCN, Logan County's sports voice.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Illinois. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they
Whether
can
you're
think
buying
that they
or
can-
selling your home,
Back at
brokers
Railers put another win in the W column, go to 14-7, 4-2 in the CS8 on the year with a 35-25 victory over the Lady Rockets from Rochester. And Darren, Rochester had been playing better. I said they had gone then 3-6 and then have gone 6-6 since that time and have played some pretty good basketball here in the second half of the season. But Lincoln's defense tonight was something to watch. They were moving. They were moving when the ball was in the air. They played really good defense tonight, and really it ended up being the Paisley home show by the time it was all done.
Yeah, the defense actually took that game over because our shooting, I mean, the shooting wasn't there, but it seemed like in the fourth quarter we were either shooting layups or free throws, and that was the difference in the game. But defensively, you know, especially when you watched against Mount Zion, the collapse we had down or up 10 in the fourth quarter and end up losing that game in overtime, to where tonight, I mean, you held them to single digits in each quarter. So that's a pretty good defensive game there.
And they'd been averaging 37, almost 38 points a game on offense, and you held them to 25. And granted, they'd been giving up 39, and so you scored 35 against them. But part of that is you didn't shoot the ball. They didn't shoot the basketball very well.
Right.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we missed some layups. Mia didn't have a great shooting night, to where she's usually, you know, shooting it pretty well. Mason McLeod hasn't been shooting the ball very well. So I mean, with not having a good shooting night, I mean, I bet you we didn't shoot 30% tonight, and ended up coming up with a 10-point win.
I'm not sure either team shot 30% tonight. It was a lack of offense here tonight. Part of it was Lincoln's defense was pretty good. Rochester tried a lot of skip passes there, and even with the skip passes, didn't get that many open looks from the outside.
Right. And again, we talked about it earlier in this show. I went over our defense, to where 1-2-2, it only works if all five is moving at the same time. If you do that cross court, now I bet you they did that 30, 40 times, cross court pass, and we were always almost there while they're catching it. And that's what the 1-2-2 does, is you've got to move while that ball's in the air to be effective.
If you want to see, go look at some of the videos from the 2013-14 team that finished second in the state. Where you could watch them move as one. It was just simply a movement as one, no matter where the basketball was at. They moved as one unit, and it may be the finest example I've ever seen. And you've coached and played, but I still think that may be the finest example of a 1-2-2 moving as one.
And I've always said that was one of the best defensive teams that I've seen. I mean, I've been watching it since 80s, and that defensively, that team, I mean, even if someone got beat, there was so much help right there, and they recovered from a great defensive team right there.
What do you got for score, my friend?
All right, we'll go with Rochester, to where a big second half for Ferris. She ended up with 11. You had Stock that had 4, their second leading scorer. You had Chrisman with 3. You had Rito with 2. You had Deathridge with 2, and you had Billis with 3. And they ended up with 25 points. Great defensive for Lincoln. With Lincoln, you had Mia Clark with 8, probably way below her average. But when you can come up with a win and your leading scorer only has 8 points, is a big win. You had Lily Holmes with 6. You had Grace Schneider with 2, and Paisley Holmes with a big 13, and Biven with 6. So I mean, you had your bench scored 19 points out of your 35.
Yeah, and you know, I noticed this again. Unfortunately, this is the second game in a row where Mesa has not put a point on the board, and you know, I don't know how much gym time you're going to get with the weather forecast is what's going on, and you know, you get a bunch of snow, they may not practice much at all, but you'd like to get her back in the gym and get her shooting some shots and kind of break that string.
And it's all about confidence.
Yeah.
If you looked at it out here, it didn't look like she was wanting to shoot with a lot of confidence in her shot, and you got to get that back because she's one of our best shooters on this squad.
Victoria's coach Corey Farmer has joined us on the Ground Incorporated postgame show. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
If you want, I will give up my seat to you, I have no problem doing so. I hate to make you stand.
Nope, I'm good.
Good, Coach, because I didn't want to get up.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, your defense looked pretty good tonight.
Yep, that's 2 games in a row. I thought we played pretty good defense. You know, we gave up 50 against Mount Zion there, but I thought overall we played pretty good defense, minus the last 10 minutes. And, you know, we gave them 20 free throws at Mount Zion. But tonight I thought our defense was pretty good. You know, we gave up a couple there at the end when they were scrambling. But you know, we'll fix that. But, you know, we spent a week on defense, so it better be good.
I thought it was the Paisley show in that fourth quarter. I mean, she had probably 3 or 4 steals that actually I thought had a couple more. And we were talking on the air when you're not shooting very well and shoot probably below 30% this game, the defense has got to travel.
Yeah, and she really read that skip pass well. You know, she sunk down a little bit, and I think they couldn't see her, and they skipped it. And boy, with her speed, she shoots that gap, she's out of there.
Well, you coached, you both played in the 1-2-2, and you're coaching, he coached. That is part of the 1-2-2 playing defense, is being able to anticipate that skip pass, recognize it, and make the other team pay for trying to make that pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you can't cheat it, because when you cheat it, they'll abuse you on the inside. Yeah. You know, and they were cutting that girl to the short post, so she was having to come, that wing was coming all the way over and then having to get all the way back out there. So there's a fine line in between cheating it and making sure you cover the middle as well.
Coach, we were talking about on the air to where how seems like how tough of a place, seems like when I'm in here, seems like we never shoot very well here at this gym. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I thought in the JV game they had a lot more lights on, and then the varsity game they dimmed the lights.
We talked about that,
yeah.
And you got to have every light on. Right. I walked in a building, I got to turn every light on. But, you know, we've struggled shooting the ball recently. And I told the girls in the locker room, you know, we spent that week break, we played defense. And that's what we practiced, was defense. And our offense has struggled because of it. And I told them I'm going to make time, you know, at every practice to make sure we either get the guns out or we do some shooting, because if we can't shoot, I mean, our sets, I mean, we got open looks tonight. I thought we had open looks. They just didn't fall, you know, and if you don't hold them to 24, that's a way different game. You know, I mean, because we just couldn't make a shot tonight, and we got to get that fixed.
And we talked about that on the air, to where you had your leading scorer, Mia, that had 8 points, kind of struggled with their shot tonight, and really Mason McLeod, your second best shooter, not shooting very well the last 2 games. With Mesa, I know you probably talked to Mesa quite a bit. I know you had a couple conversations where she actually passed up 2 or 3 shots, and I'm thinking, I'm over here going nuts to where shoot the ball, because you're a shooter. Is it confidence? What's going on with her?
That's a big thing with girls. You know, it's all confidence. You know, and she's 2 games in a row. She hasn't really made any, but she hasn't taken that many.
Right.
You know, and for me, you know, you're out there to shoot it. You know, and if you get that opening, you know, I'm not telling her not to shoot it. Shoot the ball. You know, I think she's battling sickness there a little bit, and was very hesitant on pulling tonight. But you know, you got to shoot those open ones, even if you're 2-3 steps off the line. She can shoot that far out.
I thought it was the case in the Mount Zion game, and I thought it was the case again here too, where didn't shoot the ball well in the first half, and the girls kind of get their daubers down. You talk about that. But the second half, especially there in the third quarter, you got a sequence where you get a 3, you get a deuce, you get a couple of buckets, you get a steal here, and then it looked like the girls perked up at that point. You know, sometimes, you know this, sometimes if you're not shooting well from the outside, well, you got to go, okay, I can't shoot well from the outside, I'm going to go get layups.
Yeah.
I got to get a bucket here somewhere.
Yeah, the momentum of the game really changes. Especially, I really feel like in girls basketball, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, and you're right. You know, the Mount Zion game, we had 5 wide open looks that if they fall, I think that's a different game, because they got the confidence to shoot it the next time. You know, we miss 1 or 2 and we're in our heads. You know, and you know, take for instance that first play when Grace missed that layup. You know, and she struggled with layups recently, and the next play I called, I wanted to make sure she got another attempt at it, because she's got to get some confidence going, you know, and she made it, and I thought she played confident after that.
You know, we talked about this. We know you're wanting to probably get some confidence back in Mesa, especially with her shooting. But with the weather forecast the way it is, I don't know how much gym time you're going to get if you're going to be able to have practices over the weekend now that you've lost the game on Saturday. But it's important, I think, to get her back in the gym and get her confidence back up.
Well, Jay, she lives in my house, so
exactly.
Shovel the driveway.
Right, there you go.
We got a shed that's heated with a hoop, so if we're not practicing, we're going to fix that.
There you go, man.
Confidence in that shot.
There you go. Well, congratulations on the win tonight, Coach. It looks like the girls are ready. They're not going to leave you on, and they're going to leave you here. If they do, we'll give you a ride back home. But we're going to let you get on the bus and get home and wait for. Hopefully, we have a game Monday night at home.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. They've already canceled school tomorrow, I think, is what they told me. So they're ready to go.
I'm sure they are. All right, congratulations on the win tonight, Coach. We'll catch you down the road.
All right, thanks, guys.
Corey Farmer joining us on the Ground Incorporated post-game show. A lot better feeling when you win than when you lose, pal.
It is. Like I said, we had a game Tuesday. I guarantee Coach Farmer wanted to play that next day because when you lose a game, if you're a competitor and always wanting to play and stuff like that, and you lose a game, it's in your mouth until you play the next game.
And I think to his credit as a coach, and he's a first-year head coach, but to his credit as a coach, he made some adjustments tonight after that Mount Zion game. We talked about it. He made adjustments in his substitution pattern. He also ran his offense a little bit differently in the second half to get some layups, to get some back cuts, to get some things where, okay, we're not shooting well. I'll still maybe get some open outside shots, but I'm going to try and get some stuff inside as well, or layups as well.
Well, I thought, like he's saying with our offense, I thought our movement was a lot better.
Yeah.
It looked like we were moving a lot quicker and going to the ball a lot better to where the drives were open. The first half, I think we were driving into the crowded lane, to where the second half, I thought our spacing was a little better, and it looked like we could actually get to the hoop.
So to Corey's credit, making those adjustments, and Lincoln walks out of here with a road win in the Central State 8, and anytime you can get a win on the road in the CS8, you've accomplished something.
Yeah, that puts us 4-2 in the conference.
All right, so we're going to sign it off here from Rochester. Lincoln wins at 35-25. Next game is supposed to be Monday night. We'll check on the weather and let you know if that game is actually going to go on. Saturday's game against Champaign has already been wiped off. Keep an eye on the Facebook page to see what the status is of the boys' game up in Rock Island on Saturday. So for Connor Shaw, from our broadcast partner Darren Worth, for Karen running the board back at the studio, thank you, Karen. For social media and marketing manager Lloyd Kirby, for our sponsors and station manager Jim Ash, we can't forget about the big guy. This is Jay Harden signing off for Rochester. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out their website, merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. See what Mark Gordon and the Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer team can do for you. Call 217-445-2631. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Heritage Packaging offers the right packaging right on time. Learn more online at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964, offering full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Stop by the shop at 1000 Commercial Park in Lincoln. Call 217-628-7650 or learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers! Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culvers. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Experience the difference with Collision Concepts. State Farm Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball program for more than 50 years. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, call 217-737-7581. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer. Rocking G Land and Cattle, Central Illinois source for superior shorthorn beef cattle genetics. Give Mark a call at 217-737-7905 or call Sheldon at 217-737-7787. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.